If you had the opportunity to speak with 5 of our black civil rights leaders from the past and they asked you this one question, how much progress have you really made as a people? Who would you choose and what would you say? I chose 5, starting with Dr. King. I would say, Dr. King, your precious dream has been distorted by a society that seems to have awakened, but unfortunately awakened on the wrong side of the bed. Greed, violence, and selfishness overflows the hearts of men like rainstorms overflowing the riverbanks. Those who swore to protect and serve, they seem to serve a different agenda that is contrary to the oaths that they took. We seem to need protection from those who swore to protect. We need justice upheld from those who swore to uphold justice. Now, Dr. King, you told us that there would be some difficult days ahead. And here in 2024, we are yet living out those difficult days. Could this possibly be what you saw from the mountaintop? Brother Malcolm X, bullet shells and bloodstains fill the streets of America by our youth who are not even old enough to cast their votes at the ballots. Brother Marcus Garvey, the Negro soul continues to be antagonized by the racial and economic division that is yet alive here in 2024 like never before. Mother Africa continues to be drained of her precious resources by foreigners who could care less about the condition of her people, but have more of a concern about the condition of her precious capital that is stolen and used for self-gain to further divide the wealth gap here in America and across the land. Sister Harriet Tubman, Sister Tubman, the true quest for freedom yet continues. I mean, yeah, we don't need railroad tracks of freedom anymore, but the railroad tracks of poverty, lack of education, misrepresentation, and exploitation of railroad tracks travel daily by minority in this country. Sister Mary McLeod Bethune, expensive college costs force unpassionate teachers into a classroom to teach where the concern is not so much the success of the student, but more of the forgiveness of their student loans. An educational system that is more test-based than faith-based is tested daily with student neglect and fights in the hallways. Now, for me to sit here and say that we have not made any progress would be untrue, because we have made some progress. But on the flip side, to sit back and deny the fact of the progress that is yet needed to be made would be an absolute lie, because change is needed. But the change starts with me, it starts with you, it starts with us. So together, let's spark that flame of change. I mean, don't just wait on things to change. No, you start by changing yourself. The man in the mirror, the woman in the mirror. And you might ask yourself, why? Why in a time like this? Why even make the efforts to change? And I'm so glad that you asked. And this is why. Because I am, you are, we all are Black history. Peace and blessings.